Hi everyone, welcome back to RTS. And what are we going to do today? Again, record the story. We are day 16 into load. Unbelievable. I just never have thought I would get that many pages done, but I am, and I have, and I'm having fun. So the prompt today that Alice gave us, before I say that, let me just say something. I have the best people in the world leaving me comments. I mean, truly, such sweet, caring, kind, thoughtful, encouraging, and you know how I feel about women encouraging other women. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. I could probably go on a 5-minute speech about how your comments and your encouragement and your support means to me, because when I started this channel, it really was an outlet for me, and you guys are just wonderful, just absolutely wonderful. I read them to my husband and my daughter, and they know how much it means to me. I am truly blessed how many people leave me such wonderful comments, so thank you. So today's prompt from Alice was, and I'm so excited because today with the Scrap Happy membership, we're having a scrapping event tonight. So I'm hoping to have everything done and my little one feels better and I can hop on and actually scrap with everybody. It's so much fun. So that's part of the Scrap Happy membership, and so I'll link that below. But our prompt today for load was, do you remember that dress that circulated the internet 2 or 3 years ago, and some people saw it as black and blue and some other people saw it as gold and white, and that whole meme and controversy that went through? So that was the prompt today, is to look at something from a different perspective, and then also the technique was to either use black and blue on your page or gold and white on your page. And so I've had all day to think about this, and that's why I love reading my prompt first thing in the morning. And then, you know, you have things you have to do for the day, and it just sits in the back of your mind and it simmers and you think about it. And I thought, what could I tell from a different perspective? And I've done the mom thing, and I've done getting older thing. And so I just happened to see this picture of me when I was in college, when I was looking at something else last week. And I thought I could, you know, do one of those pages. Well, I wish I could go back and tell myself this, and I've kind of already did that. So what I'm going to do is, I wish I would have picked a different major. I wish someone would have said, you need to pick a different major. And that's going to be my title, I think. You picked the wrong major. That's exactly, I think, what I'm going to call it. Because I did. I picked the wrong major. I picked an accounting major, and I absolutely hate, should you not say hate? Okay. I really dislike anything to do with accounting. Yeah, that's what I went to college for. Yeah, figure that. Now, has that helped me in my life and business endeavors and things like that? Yes, this accounting background has helped me, but it's, yeah, not the right major for me. So that's what I'm going to do. And I've had this photo play, Mad for Plaid, and it's from the B-Side Scrapper line a couple years ago. And this is just something I have kept in the back of my mind, and I knew I wanted to use it on a page about me and college or high school or something. And so that was not far from my brain, and so that's going to work well. So then when I saw this paper, well, you know, it reminded me of this Pinkfresh BU knockoff that I just did. So I thought, well, those colors are all going to be in this kit. So that's what I did. I pulled out the kit, threw everything on my desk, and I'm ready to do a fast page. So, you know, I'm going to use this photo of me. And again, one of my goals this year was to do 12 pages about just me, because I put that last on the list, and I don't know how many I've done already in load that has to do with me or my childhood, and I'm just overly ecstatic about that. So what I wanted to do was find a different sketch, because I seem to been gravitating towards page maps or scrapbook generations, and I wanted to every so often try to branch out and try something new. So I have this, they used to be planners by Scrapbook and Cards Today, which partnered up with page maps. And I just had the raccoon thing. Oh my Lord, does anybody else have that? It's like all of a sudden, it's like 5 different ideas just popped in my head, and I have to, like, okay, which one are you going to go with? So, I mean, that's just crazy when you have so many different, oh, okay, see, railroad, raccoon, railroad, moving on. So, even though this is a page map sketch, it's something different that I reach for. And this is by the beautiful Jen Gallacher. I will have her channel linked below. And also, it says that this layout that I'm going to use as an inspiration, she has a video. And I will link that below. Okay? So that's fun. She's such a talented person. She's just a beautiful person. I wish she was my neighbor too. I could scrapbook with her all the time. Yeah. There's about 10 people I wish were my neighbors. Too bad you couldn't create your own community. Mine would all be full of scrapbookers and crafters. Yes. Yes, yes. So that's what I'm going to do. So I looked at Jen's sketch and I thought, okay, her page here, I'm going to need about 4 or 5 patterns, and that's what I'm going to run with. And I already know this is going to be the one pattern. And I'm just going to, there's some scraps that I can keep. And I'm going to use this as my guide. So these two right off the bat, these 2 scraps, they are making the cut. And this could make the cut. Now, will I follow Jen's sketch? Oh, that would be a nice matting, wouldn't it? Lost my page or lost my photo. Oh, yes. Okay. See, so easy when you have all... Oh, I don't want to forget these. I'm just not in the frame of mind yet of picking out designs, and some of you know what I mean. I'm just not there. My little one's not feeling the best today, and when she doesn't feel good, Mama don't feel good, because you know what I'm talking about. We don't like it when our loved ones don't feel good. We don't like it one bit. Now that teal would... Oh, man. Boy, I tell you what, these papers here, if you have them in your inventory, and you bought that Pinkfresh BU, I would pull these out, put them with that. I'm getting too many graphics in there, aren't I? Okay. So I'm just going to pick out some papers, and I'm going to have to play with them later because I'm just not there yet. Okay, there's that pink. See, pink. So one of those pinks are going to have to hit the bucket. And there's another navy. See, I don't know which one of these pinks I'm going to go with. I might as well make a decision now because I'll get stuck. This one's a little... Okay, that's not making a cut. Moving on. Quick decisions. You don't have time to lollygag. It's for load. And dinner has to get on the table. But honestly, you ladies have just left me the most wonderful, just wonderful comments. I just can't thank you enough. Just makes me smile. Makes my day. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, that would be good. I knew. Oh, Lily B. Lily B, I miss you. My dear friend Lily B. I miss you. Oh, yes. I'm hoping somewhere in the future that Miss Lily B can come back. This is just a nice kit to play with. I mean, you see how many different colors. And I have this video. It should be up. Well, it is up by now. So many variety of topics and so many different color schemes you can come up with. And so if in that knockoff kit, I did have a couple stores if you wanted to actually look at the Pinkfresh kit itself. It just has, it's a really great kit. And see, I even put those cardstocks in there. Oh, yes. But see, my mind's just not really working fast yet. That's just not the right. Could I pull that off with that? No, but maybe I could pull something. Okay, so those are going to be the majority of my papers. I'm not going to stress over it. I think when we have our Scrap Happy event tonight, I think I'm just going to sit and play while we're all scrapbooking together. I love the Scrap Happy group. Such a wonderful group of ladies. And so, of course, here's Jen's inspiration piece. There's my photo. And go look at my knockoff kit because that kit was so fun to put together. And honestly, I don't really know how long that video got, but do you know how long that video took to upload to YouTube? It took 16, well, no, let me back up. It took 14 hours, over 14, I'd say 14 and a half hours to load to YouTube. I mean, yeah, 14 and a half hours to load. And I know it was under an hour, so say it was 50 minutes. A 50-minute video took 14 and a half hours. Now, was that because other people were loading? I don't know how that works. I'm all new to all of this. See how these are just going to go. Oh, love this. Okay, so in Jen's sketch, in her layout, she had a globe, which that would work good because I was in college, and she had a flare. And you know what I did? I pulled out my homemade sticker sheet, and so again, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to pull out my foam tape. So I already have some, get my precision scissors, and whenever I'm thinking of something, I'll just pull it and put it on my desk. And I have this flag triangle punch. I could play with that. I have these labels already made. So when we're all sitting down with a Scrap Happy group, we can all scrapbook together and get this done. And she had flair. So in this kit, I had all of these embellishments already bagged up, ready to go. There's flair in there. There's paper clips. There's all kinds of stuff. Paper clips. That was going to be great. That's going to be great. We'll put them there. And it's the colors. Yes. All kinds of stuff. So I suggest just dumping it out. I put it in a lid. And there's those washi hearts that I made. They were fun to do. So, oh, and I did get a comment about people wanting to see some storage ideas. So, let me know what type of storage you would like to see. I mean, I have a little bit of everything, and I might give you an idea for something. So let me know. And I have all kinds of washi and textures here. And this was not very far from my brain, because these glasses remind me of the 80s, and the colors just work so well with this photo play paper, and so they were just not far from my brain. And I don't know what it is about products. My daughter said to me one day, she said, "You can't remember what you ate for lunch yesterday, but you can remember a product line, what year it came out, who was the designer, and the color scheme." That would be me. So I guess that's priorities. I don't know. But anyways, I'm getting sidetracked today. I'm so sorry. Okay, but I saw this fact, fiction, oh yes, no way, true and false. And that wording there, I thought maybe I could get that in some way, as far as, you know, because I'm looking at it from a perspective that I definitely picked the wrong wager. So again, just an inspiration. Doesn't mean you have to use it, right? And that's probably going to leave a glare, so I'll just move that. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pause this video, and I'm going to scrap later on tonight with the Scrap Happy girls and see what we can come up with, and I'll come back with a finished page. So once again, thanks for sticking with me. Thanks for all your comments, and I will be back. Okay, I am back with my finished page, and again, another simple page, but a colorful page, and it's done. So, my daughter said to me, she was watching some of my videos the other day, and she said, you know, when you come back to the finished page, you should go, bam! So, okay, there we go. Bam! There's my finished page. So, oh, so much fun. The youth is so much fun. So, when I went by Jen's beautiful layout here, does it look like Jen's? No. But I used her background and her base for my springboard, and I just went from there. And that happens to me a lot of times when I'm using sketches, is that I don't refer back to them. It just gets me started, because you know, you don't want to sit down every time you have time to play and to scrapbook to reinvent the wheel as far as a design or, you know, starting. It's that starting that's almost the hardest part of doing a layout. So I let someone else do the starting. I just run with it once I get started. So that's why I love sketches. So I'll talk about this page. Again, it's very simple. And this again is the diagonal design, and I'll talk about that in just a minute. But one thing I wanted to say is, when you're picking out patterns or you're picking out product to help you convey your story, not only go by your mood and feel, how you felt when you took this photo, or whoever the person is, get their ideas, but also you can look in the photo, look deep into the photo, and pick out key elements. And one thing that I saw when I was looking at this photo was, and as I was creating these pages, I remember this white cement block or cinder blocks, whatever they're called, in our college dorms. And I thought that would have been good if I would have used that for my background page. So even though I had used a white mat, I just went ahead and picked another one. Honest to goodness. And this is from the We Are Memory Keepers, the High Five collection. Is called Whitewash. It is a beautiful background, and it's just white brick, white block, whatever you call it. And so, you know what I did? I just cut down my mat and I edited it. That's what I did, because I thought another way to convey my story, because of our dorms. I remember those walls. they weren't the best walls, you know, but it was a college dorm, so what are you gonna do? Okay, so this is a diagonal design, and again, I used these sunglasses that came from that, I think was We Are Memory Keepers, the It Factor collection, and to emphasize my story, because this was the 80s. And then I found a flare, because Jen had a flare on her page. It just gave me that representation to maybe go pick out one. And I found one with the school logo, so could, again, conveys my story, conveys my story, conveys my story. And all because of the mood and feel of when I was in college. And so, remember I told you in the beginning part of the video that this plaid, when I saw this, I knew right off the bat that I was going to use this for some kind of college or high school days. And it's because I had sneakers, and I think they were called Treatorn or Treaton or something like that, and they had a little V and they were a plaid V. That's exactly why, because I'm wearing them in that photo. And so just love it. So one tip I wanted to say when I was working on this page is, if you buy product for a particular story or a particular event, have one place in your scrap space that you reserve just for those products. And I do. I have a bin, or I have a little separate area in my paper section, and I'll keep that just for stories that I know that I want to do. And that way you won't be searching all over the place when it comes to actually doing that page. I can talk about more of that later if you want. So on purpose, I kept all of my text in the middle. And there's no text here, and there's no text here. And I knew I was going to be working with a diagonal design. That's just the way that it ended up working. If you look at Jen's, hers really isn't a diagonal. But that's just the way mine worked. So on purpose, I kept all my text here in the middle. I didn't put any word text up here or any down here. And because I had so much going on, I thought, well, let's just keep it all right there. And so I did get these, I guess it's like chipboard type of thing. One says, oh yes, true, in fact. And of course, to go in with my title, you picked the wrong major. And then I did my journaling in black on purpose. And I talked about this in another video, because I have black elements here in this mat, black elements here on these glasses. And so I thought, why not go ahead and try to get black again? And I did that with my journaling. And that's one way to complete a visual triangle, is with your journaling. You can either write it out in a different color, or you can computer generate it in a different color. And I think that was basically the end of my page, other than Sharon had asked me about this triangle punch. And if you see in Jen's video, well, I'll link the video, in her layout, she had these triangle elements, and I thought that's why I had pulled that triangle punch. And this is by EK Success, and I thought it was called a triangle punch, but they call it a flag punch, I guess, because, you know, it's in the shape of flags, pennants, banners, that type of thing. I call it a triangle punch. But this size, I thought it was extra large, but I think they call it a large, and the base is 2 inches and the sides are 2 1/8. And so Sharon had asked about that, and I thought, well, I'll just make sure I state that. It's called a flag punch, and it's considered large. I think that's an extra large, but I don't know how big an extra large punch would be. So the other thing is, I wanted to get these paper clips on, you know, since I was dealing with college and accounting and all that type of thing, and I couldn't get them on because they created too much bulk. And the only way I can do paper clips on a page is if I use them under a paper that has foam tape. So that just didn't make the cut, and that's okay. So I wanted to show that with my layout, this is how I still have more scraps. I have enough. Well, I have this scrap too. And, well, if you want to take my journaling scrap, which I keep those, I think I have one more scrap somewhere. But anyways, this is the scraps I have left over, which could easily make another page. And someone had asked, what do I do with scraps? And I do have a video coming up. It's just taking a little bit of time to get it together about organizing scraps. So it will be coming up very shortly. And so someone asked, what will I do with these scraps? Well, you can do it either two ways. You can go ahead and put it in your regular scrap bin, or you can keep, you know, get a page protector. And that's exactly what I'll do, as I will grab a page protector, and I use 8.5 by 11. And, well, let me grab it. And I will put all these scraps in an 8.5 by 11 page protector, and I will file them. I guess you really didn't need to see me do all that. Well, There we go. I will just file them in with my kit. Okay, and this will go in that Pinkfresh BU knockoff kit. And so that's what I'll do. So I won't put those with my regular scraps, which again, I have a whole video coming up about that. It's just taking a little bit of time to get it together. So I think that was all of my page. I think that was all of my notes. All my links will be below. And again, don't forget, use your photo as an inspiration, because I knew that this plaid pattern by Photoplay reminded me of something I wore when it was in the 80s. And right there they are. It's those sneakers that had that plaid emblem on them. And then also too, the brick wall. And the sunglasses. So let your product work for you. Okay, I think that's it for today. Have a happy scrappy day and come back to RTS, because you never know what we're going to learn. Bye.